Dr. John Griswold was destined for a life of service. As a nationally recognized innovator in burn care, Dr. Griswold's contributions have improved burn survival rates over the past 30 years. As teacher and provider, he has established a legacy of easing suffering and teaching others to do the same. His calling has been evident to all who have known him.
In my mind, he's the guru of burn in this country. I mean, when it comes to wounds, taking care of wounds, burn wounds, resuscitation of burn patients, I don't know of anybody that's better.
He's been such an influence in our community in Lubbock, in the entire half of the state of West Texas, and in the entire region that stretches in that area from Denver to Dallas and all the way down to Mexico. You know, every single day for 3 decades. Imagine the number of people that have benefited from his leadership and his care.
He was born and raised in Casper, Wyoming, the eldest of his siblings. His parents were the first to see his innate ability, recognizing early on in him a great capacity for caring. While at Notre Dame for undergraduate studies, he played football. Then at Creighton Medical School, he found his calling as a surgeon. Next step was Texas Tech Health Sciences Center for a surgical residency where his destiny solidified, leading him toward trauma and burn surgery.
The burn patient is the sickest patient in the hospital on every measure that you can make. And to be able to be a part of that recovery process over that time and see the incredible joy and elation that the patients and their families have as that process goes along, it's really hard to not want to do it the rest of your life.
After a fellowship in burn and critical care in Seattle and further training in Mississippi, Dr. Griswold returned to Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center in 1992, where a bold vision captured his passion: to establish at UMC a Level 1 trauma center and verified burn center.
It was small. We actually didn't really have a set burn center. We had 4 rooms in the ICU. We admitted 78 patients in the first year. That was in 1992. We'll probably admit over 1,400 patients this year.
Since those early days, he has built an exceptional program, leaving an indelible mark through care, research, and innovation.
Almost every aspect of the care, as it's improved, we've been fortunate enough to participate in making those improvements. We've been very active in nutrition research. We have developed special dressings used by every burn center in the country now. We have special equipment that we've developed that are in the OR that many people don't have just yet. They're very cutting edge things. We've developed a whole process or program on how to support these burn patients psychologically and their families that are now being used by other burn centers.
Under his leadership, a rapid response team was formed, sepsis care protocols were developed, and through his long tenure, both patients and learners have been blessed beyond measure by his skilled hands and generous heart.
My dad was in a severe oil field accident about 10 years ago, about 2015. With his severity of burns, his percentage of survival was very, very low, almost zero. We spent close to 5 to 6 months in the burn unit. Dr. Griswold and the team saved his life. The things they did, they utilized some new techniques on my father. He may have been one of the first ones. We were very grateful and fortunate to be where we were at. Just the care, seeing how they treated my father, it was really good. And it wasn't always just Dr. Griswold, it was the other attendings too. And I think that just goes to show kind of what he had built.
Dr. Griswold is dedicated to education, mentoring residents and medical students. Always willing to participate, always willing to teach, he is known for his humility and kindness, a gentleman and a provider, and for so many across the globe, a dear colleague and friend.
One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Not doctor aside, just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's always kind, thoughtful, whether you're a colleague or a resident, a student, a patient. I mean, he really deeply cares about patients. We're not that much different in age. He's a little bit older. We've got to make sure that's known, but he's a little bit older than me. But the fact that he was willing to hire an older surgeon to come up here to work and train general surgeons, he's been nothing but supportive of me doing that. So, I mean, he's been a very good colleague and he's been a mentor, even though we're not that much different in age.
I first interviewed here to become a resident in 2006 and met him and right away thought, wow, this person epitomizes a gentleman surgeon. He educated me, mentored me, encouraged my success, and he is the single biggest reason why I returned here to Lubbock and continue as an attending, and the reason I've been here for 17 years. My hope was to have any kind of influence that resembles what he has done here. If I've ever had anybody tell me that I do anything like him or act like him in any way, I consider it the highest compliment.
He and his wife, Margaret, have 3 children, Chrissy, Thomas, and Matthew, and he is also a proud grandfather to Teo Rose. In his free time, he enjoys traveling, particularly to the Big Bend area, and cherishes the moments spent with his family. Dr. Griswold's commitment to his patients, his calling, and his family exemplifies excellence. His legacy is firm, his impact extraordinary.
It's been a wonderful opportunity for me to be a part of this and to see the growth and improvement in care that we can now provide. I can't imagine another job or profession that is as rewarding as running a burn center.